Welcome to one of the grandest adventures you could ever have in the state of Arizona. We're here in the Grand Canyon at the Havasupai Indian Reservation so we can see things like this. This is Havasupai Falls, and believe it or not, it's one of the many stops that we have while we are here. However, before we get to all of that, there are a couple of things you need to know. So this is gonna be a 4-day and 3-night backpacking adventure into the Grand Canyon. So we have to make sure we have all the proper gear and material to make sure we're as comfortable as possible. Now there are a few different items that you're absolutely going to need that you might not have thought of before this kind of trip. A collapsible water jug, then you're gonna need some poop packs because everything you bring in, you're gonna have to take out. This is a solar charger that actually can charge all of your devices. So that is key. This is like a water filtration straw. So there is fresh water down there, but you wanna bring one of these just to make sure you can drink all that. And then this is a rat sack right here. So if you have any food, you're gonna have to hang it and keep it in these. Now this over here, this is all the food that we are going to pack. We also have some snacks because we are going to be hiking a ton. So I know it looks like a bunch of clutter, but now we got to pack all this stuff up into these 2 backpacks. All right, how do we look? We are filled to the brim, but we are ready to go. If you're flying in, you're probably either going to Phoenix or Las Vegas. Either way, it's about a 3-hour drive to get here, the Grand Canyon Caverns and Inn. This is where you have to check in and get your permits. Just know that in order to get a campsite reservation, it's incredibly competitive. I recommend reserving a campsite right when reservations open in January. Also know that it's almost $500 per person for a campsite. Then you'll have to stay at this motel the night before your reservation begins. So we're staying here for just 1 night. We're waking up incredibly early to check out, and then we have an 1 hour and 10-minute drive until we reach the trailhead, and that's where the adventure officially begins. But we gotta wake up early, so let's go. All right, so we're back on the road. We woke up at 3:30 this morning, checked out of the hotel, and it was a really dark drive for a really long time. And kind of dangerous, lots of cattle and deer that might be crossing the road, so you gotta be careful when you are driving, but we're trying to get to the trailhead, and then we got 10 miles. Ready, babe?
Ready.
We finally made it to the area where you park your car for a few days, and then we find the trailhead. Woo! So we're about a mile into the hike. We're going through a lot of switchbacks as of right now. However, that's supposed to stop and it's supposed to get a little flat. But my goodness, these views are already insane. I have about 40 pounds on my back. My wife Jenna has about 30, but the hike down feels a whole lot better than coming back up. Dave, how are we feeling?
Feeling great. Almost to the village.
Almost to the village. After 8 miles, you'll reach the Supai village, where you can actually get Wi-Fi and food. Now, they ask that we don't film anything in the village, so you're just gonna have to take our word for it. But then it's a 2-mile hike to get to the campground. But right before you get to the campground, you'll see one of the most iconic waterfalls of the Grand Canyon, Havasupai Falls. We made it to the campground. We had to go a little bit deeper to find the perfect spot, but my goodness, I believe we did. Check it out. You like it, babe?
We made it!
So here we got the tent, the hammock, and the wife, who is cooking lunch right now. Look at that. Lots of people also hang up their clothes. Here you can also see us hanging up our food and trash so the squirrels don't get it. And there's also a freshwater spring for you to fill up your collapsible water jug or camelbacks. Now, it's time to swim.
Wow.
Havasupai Falls is a postcard in real life. A 100-foot waterfall that is a ton of fun to swim in. And we went in early June and the water felt amazing. All right, before we go any further, I just want to let you know that there are actually multiple ways that you can enjoy Havasupai. The first way is what we are doing right now. You hike down, you backpack, you camp out, and you hike back up yourself. The second way is if you still want to camp, you can do that. However, if you don't want to carry all of your stuff, you can have a pack mule either take you or your things down and also back up. And then the third way, if you don't want to camp, you can actually stay at a lodge down here as well. It's not near the campground though. However, those are the few ways that you can enjoy Havasupai. Now at the other end of the campground is Mooney Falls, a breathtaking waterfall that's nearly twice the size of Havasu Falls. But there's one caveat to get down. In order to do that, we have to go down caves, yes, caves, and also a huge ladder.
So be sure to bring your hiking gloves with some grip.
Getting down and getting back up will always be slippery, so yes, it can be a little intimidating, so be careful. Oh, good job, babe. Glove 5. But the adventure doesn't stop there. We want to make it to Beaver Falls, which is 3 miles after Mooney Falls. Just know in order to get there, you'll have to cross multiple rivers. Some even get up to your belly button, but it's a great way to cool down while hiking. A little deep over here, babe. This is getting real deep. It's so crazy because we're down in the Grand Canyon, but it feels like we've gone through a jungle in order to get here. As you can see, the hike is amazing as you follow along Havasu Creek. Just know that you might have to climb some ladders and even do a little bit of bouldering. The only sketchy part was this one bridge, but don't let that stop you. I recommend bringing hiking shoes that you are okay to get wet and swim with. If you bring water shoes, it's just going to take a lot of time to switch back and forth. Then after 3 miles, we made it to one of the most picturesque places I've ever been to, Beaver Falls. You can swim in any of the swimming holes that you see, and if you go early enough, you might just get it all to yourself. So Beaver Falls, absolutely incredible, a must-see in the state of Arizona. However, now we're gonna take it one step further because we are going to try to see the confluence. That's where the Havasu Creek meets the Colorado River. In total, it's a 16-mile round-trip hike in order to see the confluence. Lots of river crossings and views like this are along the way to get there. Now, we got mixed reviews from people about it, but we still had to check it out for ourselves. You might even see some desert bighorn sheep along the way. So it does take a long time to get to, so make sure you leave early in the morning. But my wife and I, we had a great time and thought it was super fun to swim through the canal. Check out the water, how it goes from bright turquoise to clear to dark green of the Colorado River. That's the draw. You'll probably even run into people rafting down the Colorado River. then you hike back the way you came. Have you had enough fun yet? Believe it or not, those are all the stops while we're here at Havasupai. Thank you so much for joining us on this special episode of Rediscover Arizona. We hope you had a ton of fun. I'm gonna keep on swimming.